Hey, what is up YouTube? This is Pyros here with another one of my videos, and today we are going to do something a little bit different. We're going to cover stuff that I normally don't, and here we're going to the Saga series. I saw a video that Some Call Me Johnny did about Saga Scarlet Grace, and I was like, you know what? Let's talk about the Saga games, because people in the West don't talk about them. I mean, it's a highly popular Square Enix series, JRPG series in the East, but when it comes to the West, they haven't been very successful. A lot of that has to do with just many of the games just haven't made it over here, so it doesn't have that staying power. And also too, it just, it was different from Final Fantasy, much harder, and it can get pretty confusing at times. It definitely can put people off, so I understand that. I mean, I haven't, as much as I enjoy the Saga series, I haven't played a ton of them, mainly because, like I said, a lot of them didn't really come over here to the West. Like recently, Romancing Saga 2, 3, and Scarlet Grace did, but they were, Eastern exclusive for a while. And as you can see here, there's just a lot that I haven't got to yet, mainly because, I haven't been able to obtain these games, and two, just haven't, they just haven't come over. So there's a lot of issues. Like, I haven't played the first 3 Saga games, which are known as, Final Fantasy Legends. I haven't played those. The DS titles, haven't played those. This one, I don't even know what the name of it is supposed to be. The original Romancing Saga, I haven't played it, but I played the remake, Minstrel Song. And Saga Frontier 2, have not gotten my hands on it yet. Alright, so let's start in chronological order. So that would be Saga Frontier. Saga Frontier came out for the PS1. And this game had a very interesting mix going on. So this one, you have 7 protagonists to choose from. There was originally supposed to be 8, but with Fuse, he's a character in the game, but unfortunately, because of budget constraints and time constraints, it got cut. So unfortunately, we have what we have. And that's the thing with this game. This game is plagued by a lot of development issues. And knowing the kind of development cycle it went through, this game is basically unfinished, but even so, it's still one hell of a game. Some characters, definitely you can tell there's more cut content than others, but still, like, it's a very solid experience. The combat system is easily one of the best. They introduced combos here for the first time, and man, this is freaking awesome. There was a lot of fun to be had here. In terms of the different people that you can interact with. It's a nice blend of, like, medieval times versus space time. So it's like you got guns, but there's also swords. There's unarmed, there's magic, so many different kinds of magic. It's awesome. I would say the only issue with it is that it does get not crazy repetitive, but it does get kind of repetitive going through the same side quests over and over again. So there's a lot of, like, to get the magics and stuff. And when I was mentioning different people, there's also you got mechs to play around with, which I love. There's also monsters, and there's a whole mechanic on that. I would say, like I said, besides the whole side quests kind of repeating themselves, another issue too is that it's crazy difficult. Like, sometimes you can be breezing through your enemy, and then boom, you hit a boss, and it's like, well, I'm gonna grind up for the boss now. So it definitely is a lot of that. Some scenarios are definitely going to be weaker than others. My personal favorites, I really enjoyed Red's scenario. It was my first scenario. It was hard, but it was, by the end of it, it was hard, but it was also fun, just turning into Al Kaiser, the whole superhero mechanic. I also really like Blue's scenario, just becoming like an all-powerful wizard, and it was just basically a huge power fantasy. I really like both of those. Riki's story I also like too, but I didn't really like the mechanics. T260G was awesome. Really enjoyed that one. So yeah, I would say that overall this was a really solid game, and I would really like to see them remake it. I think out of all the Saga games, this one deserves the next one to get a remake treatment. And I'm curious to see how they would do it. If they would maintain the graphics of this game, probably not, or they would switch to the more sprite the sprite-based graphics seen in the remakes of Romancing Saga 2 and 3. Alright, so let's go next on the series, which I believe is Unlimited Saga. This game frustrates me. Like, it absolutely frustrates me. I've played this game. I've yet to beat any of the characters. I've played as Laura mainly. Got to the end of it and just got killed by the boss. Like, killed. And I've tried so many times, like retried it so many times to see how the hell can I beat this thing. And I just get obliterated. The RNG is so bad for this one. This one is so damn confusing. It's, even for a Saga game, it's confusing. At least the other ones, you can kind of relate it to other JRPGs. This, I have no idea what the hell this thing is. When I talk about this game, I always say there's three camps. There's people who absolutely hate this game, people who worship this game, and people like me. I have no idea what to think about this game. I really don't. Oh my goodness. I'm on a Ventus campaign now, but every time I play it, it's so frustrating. The mechanics are frustrating. The music is great as always. The graphics are really cool. I love the whole the aesthetic of it, but man, it is frustrating to play gameplay wise. The combat is so damn, like, it's just unsatisfying compared to the other ones. And it's really just, to me, just not enjoyable. The durability of weapons, your weapons can break easily all the time. It's just not very enjoyable to me, honestly. And I feel like you really can screw yourself over, more so than the other Saga games. It's incredibly punishing, and like I said, I've put so much time into it, and I still have no idea how to overall feel about it. Because it's like, for everything good that you're doing, it's like it just punishes you the next. It's honestly, a lot of even Saga fans don't like this game that much. I think I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna just put in the D tier. I don't hate this game, but it's really frustrating. Like, I really want to understand this game because I feel like there's a great game buried beneath it. But man, it's frustrating to get to. Alright, the next one we're going to cover is the Romancing Saga remake. So, Romancing Saga Minstrel Song. This is basically, like I said, the remake from the first Saga game, or from the Romancing Saga series. This one has 8 characters for you to choose from, and they all are pretty cool. I would say the only issue with this game is that, you know, a lot of the side quests kind of blend together. But man, there's so much to discover in this one. It's like, it really is a game that when you first play it, it's not very interesting. The combat isn't very engaging. There's not a lot given to you, and you don't really know what's going on. There's things hidden to you as well, like the event rank and all that stuff. So at first, there's not much going on. But man, by the end of it, when you get combos, when you learn how, you know, how different things work, there's also little things like certain characters, if you give them certain weapons, you know, they'll be better naturally with certain ones than others outside of just their statistics, which is really cool. Everyone can like learn magic, so you can really just mix and match things, you know, when it comes to weapon types and stuff like that. Like, Sif is a big brolic character, and I love Sif. Sif is one of my favorite characters of this game. She is so damn entertaining and so damn likable, and she's just like she's like a brolic chick, but she's like a really cool chick. Like, I would legitimately hang out with her. She just seems like a really cool person. Claudia I really like too. She's really strong, and the cool thing about her is, like, even though she looks like a bright and cheerful person, her battle dialogue can be downright brutal, you know, when she talks to the characters. Voice acting is also pretty solid here. Not 100% great. Some of the voices not so well, but I think for the most part, solid cast. I don't like the graphics that much in this one, and the artwork, not my thing. But man, I have so much fun with this, and I feel like just going back and just mixing and matching, finding the different kinds of classes to use and saying, okay, how can we combo this, the different side quests. Man, there's so much to discover in this game. It's like, if you complete a quest here, on your next playthrough, it can open up something else. So much fun. So much fun. I highly recommend this one. I keep coming back to it. It's kind of a grind to the main boss if you just want to like complete it like that. But man, if you take the time to learn the systems and to really appreciate this game for what it has to offer, there's going to be a lot. I definitely enjoy this one. Alright, so the next one I'm going to take a look at is Romancing Saga 2, because this is actually the next one I played. This is the remake. I played this one on mobile, and this one I was really excited when it finally came over, because you play as a ruler, and it basically is you play as a ruler, and as you complete quests, you move down the line and you can choose who your heir is and all that stuff. Playing it on mobile devices, I cannot stand it. I can't stand the controls, to be honest with you. That's one of the biggest issues I have, is just trying to movement and stuff. I don't like touchscreen controls, honestly. That always bugged me on mobile phones. But anyways, this game I find just to be fun sometimes. I do like, being able to build up stuff, the different quests you can find, different ways to complete each quest is really awesome. But unfortunately, it's very easy to go down the wrong path if you don't do something specifically. Just because you didn't talk to this character at this one specific point, the whole thing is ruined, and you go down the wrong path. So it can be very frustrating like that. Like if you don't do something a certain way, you can completely screw yourself and not be aware of it. All Saga games kind of have this issue, but I feel like with Romancing Saga 2, it's a huge issue, at least for me. Romancing Saga Minstrel Song at least has like little helpers and little tips that you can find. If you can search out for that stuff if you read a lot. But Romancing Saga 2, I just feel like the game is just unbalanced, man. It really spikes all the freaking time. All the Saga games tend to have spikes here and there, but this one to me was the worst. And I really wanted to like this game. I really wanted to go invest into it. And it's like, man, I feel like this game is just trying to punish you. Like I feel like the other Saga games are rewarding, but I feel like this one just wants to punish you, and if you don't go a certain way. And I always have to restart, carry over my stuff in New Game Plus, and I feel like it's just never enough, because I'm always strong and then I get to a point and get obliterated every single time. I don't enjoy this one as much as I thought I was going to. There's not really much of a story, to be honest, in this one. It really is just underwhelming to me. I don't think it's as bad as Unlimited Saga, but it could have been better, man. I really thought it was going to be better. Alright, so the last one's going to be Saga Scarlet Grace. To be honest, I actually have not played Romancing Saga 3. I would like to, though, because I've heard that one is one of the best in the series. It goes back to the whole, picking characters thing, similar to the first, instead of the heir system found in Romancing Saga 2. But we're going to start with the latest title, and that is Saga Scarlet Grace, which came out last year, I believe. This was a lot of fun. It was just awesome to play another Saga game. It was really great, because it was a while since we got a new Saga game here in the West. So to play something like this was awesome. It definitely does have a bit of a low budget feel to it. Being made on the Unity engine, you can definitely see some corners needed to be cut, asset wise and all that stuff, but combat wise is amazing. They once again decided to say, okay, let's try to rework the combat, see what we can do. So they had this whole like time mechanic thing, where it's like, every character will go at certain times and only certain characters can attack. They all kind of share BP instead of it all being similar. So you have to know, or instead of all being separate, so you have to know, okay, when is the right moment to attack. You also know that people can counter you, but it's like, all right, do we just all defend, or can we attack and still get away with it? So it's all that to think of. And you can do certain things to do united attacks if your characters come together, but it could also work against you as well. And every battle, like, you really have to think about it, because you can really screw yourself over with just one wrong move, which makes every battle so intense, especially compared to other Saga games. So this one was a welcome surprise to me. I really enjoyed this one. There's only 4 characters this time around, and the side quests do repeat. But I've already completed 2 of the characters. I'm on my 3rd one right now. I beat it as Erpina and Balmont. So it was a lot of fun. I've definitely enjoyed this one, and I do want to complete all the characters eventually. So like I said, I really enjoyed this one, and it was a nice return for the series. I would say it's on that same level as Saga Frontier. I really enjoyed both of these. These are, some of the best Saga games to offer. But Romancing Saga, I just put that above them, just for my personal preference. But yeah, I would definitely those three, honestly, definitely would recommend. And also too, just as a last note for Scarlet Grace, it's the most accessible out of all the Saga games. So that's one thing to bear in mind. Alright, so that was the Saga series. Apologies that I had so many games that I didn't get to, unfortunately. Again, it is what it is. There's not enough available here at the West. And the first 3 Saga games, I don't know if I can ever... I would really have to seek those out, because I would need to, obviously, get... I think they were the original Game Boy, or maybe Game Boy Color. I don't remember. But I would really have to seek those out. I rarely see those. The DS ones, I don't have a DS, so I would have to seek that out. And then the original Romancing Saga, like the original, never came over. Saga Frontier 2, looking forward to that. And then, I'm looking forward to playing it one day. I haven't heard the best thing for it, so I'm kind of hesitant to pick it up. And Romancing Saga 3, I definitely do want to check that out. I probably will get it for PC this time instead of for mobiles, because I just could not stand using it for mobile devices. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I know this isn't really a series that is talked about very much. There's a very small community here in the West, but I'm curious to see what you guys say, if any of you guys have played these games or are interested in any of them. Like I said, I definitely would recommend the first 3 if you can track down a copy of them. Definitely would do that. And yeah, hope you guys are keep enjoying these tier lists, because I don't think I'll be stopping anytime soon. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you guys, as always, for watching my videos. And this is Powerhouse, signing off.